In the Star Trek episode Dagger of the Mind, character Dr. Adams says this to Kirk.
You're madly in love with Helen, Captain. You'd lie, cheat, steal for her, sacrifice your career, your reputation.
No, Doctor, no!
So that's how Star Trek defines love, eh? Someone you'd lie, cheat, steal for, sacrifice your entire career for. Except you never did that for this Helen. But here's one thing. You did do it for someone. In the episode Amok Time, Kirk lies to the Federation about taking Spock to his homeworld Vulcan. He risks his entire career for it so that his friend would live. In Star Trek The Search for Spock, Kirk denounces the Federation to bring Spock back to life after a heartbreaking death. He risks everything, his career, his admiralty, his ship. His ship! Do you know how important his ship was to him? Kirk has said multiple times that there is nothing he loves more than his ship, and he blew it up. For who? That's right, Spock. Okay, we get it, but is it gay love? Well, let's take a look at their history. Spock and Kirk built a friendship on that 5-year mission. They created a friendship, a deep one. One that even confused Spock.
Living on a planet where love, emotion, bad taste.
We've got to risk a full power start. The engines were shut off, no time to regenerate. Do you hear me? We've got to risk a full power
I
start.
respected my father, our customs. I was ashamed of my Earth. Jim, when I feel friendship for you, I'm ashamed.
You've got to hear me.
So maybe that's why at the beginning of Star Trek the Motion Picture, we see Spock undergoing Kolinar, something that would remove all of his emotions. Why did he suddenly choose to undergo this?
When I feel friendship for you, I'm ashamed.
So in the movie, after a mind meld with the robot thing, well, it's kind of complicated what it is, but it's called V'ger. Spock feels what it's like to be alone. He realizes that an empty shell with no emotions isn't how he wants to live his life. The mind meld leaves him drained. He's sent to medbay. Then this happens.
V'ger has knowledge that spans this universe. And yet, with all its pure logic, V'ger is barren, cold, no mystery, no beauty. I should have
No. No, not Spock. Captain Bones. Spock, what should you have known? What should you have known?
Jim. This simple feeling is beyond V'ger's comprehension.
What simple feeling? Friendship? Love? Now, for those of you who think I'm reading too much into this, think about if this were a man and a woman. You would just assume that these two were together. So if there are two men, why not? It is the 23rd century. But it's not just the fact that this scene is very touching. It's the fact that they're touching hands. For those of you who aren't complete nerds, Vulcans are kind of sensitive about their hands. Why? It's their sensitive spot. It's where they show affection. It's why they do the live long and prosper salute instead of shaking hands, because that part of their body is sensitive to them. Here's what Star Trek Wikia has to say. As they were touch telepaths, they preferred not to have physical contact during greetings such as when two people shook hands, as Vulcans had an unpleasant mental intrusion from the brief contact. Does this look like a mental intrusion to you? I don't know. You'll be the judge of this love scene. So what happens after the motion picture? Well, the Wrath of Khan. In this movie, Spock is comfortable with his feelings for Kirk. In fact,
You are my superior officer. You are also my friend. I have been and always shall be yours.
yeah, he's comfortable. Spock risks his life for the crew in the end, dies, and Kirk is heartbroken.
I have been and always shall be your friend.
But there's some good luck. Spock can be saved. All Kirk has to do is steal a ship against orders and blow it up. You know what's great? He just does it without hesitation, and when he finally has Spock, he holds him in his arms, claiming him as his own. So after they return Spock to Vulcan, they try to transfer Spock's soul back into his body. Some funky magic is done, and voila! Spock is back. Kinda. He doesn't remember the 5-year mission anymore. Kirk is kind of heartbroken. But then, oh boy, the first thing Spock remembers, the first thing.
I have been and ever shall be your friend.
Yes. Yes, Spock.
The ship. Out of danger.
You saved the ship. You saved us all. Don't you remember?
Jim. Your name is Jim.
Yes.
The first thing he remembers is Kirk. That's not even a surprise. After this movie, Kirk and Spock get to know each other again in the 4th movie, and it's really a romantic comedy. You're probably thinking, wow, this narrator guy is wacko. This is reading too much into the content. Is it really? When it's blatantly out there like this.
Thought I was going to die.
Not possible. You were never alone. Please, Captain. Not in front of the Klingons.
Is it really reading too much into it? Well, if you still don't believe me, take this quote from the creator of Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry. The interviewer asks, "There's a great deal of writing in the Star Trek movement which compares the relationship between Alexander and Hephaestion, a gay relationship, to the relationship between Kirk and Spock, focusing on the closeness of their friendship, the feeling that they would die for one another." Roddenberry responds, "Yes, there's certainly some of that, certainly with love overtones, deep love. The only difference being the Greek ideal. We never suggested it in the series, physical love between the two, but we certainly had the feeling that the affection was sufficient for that, if that were the particular style of the 23rd century. If he doesn't deny it, if Roddenberry could conceive it, why shouldn't you?"